Welcome back, everyone. Hey, thank you so much. We are very close to 200 subs. So thank you to each and every one of you that subscribe. Please keep pushing the channel. Keep pushing to people who maybe you have theater friends. Maybe you act in community theater. Maybe you do national touring productions. Pass the word along. Let's try to get this to 500 subs. That's the goal for this year. Try to get it to 500 subs. Can we do it? I think we can. I really do. I really think we can. All right, today we are descending into the underworld with Hadestown, the hauntingly beautiful musical that reimagines the ancient Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. Now, folks, this is one world where both the gods and the mortals collide, and the power of music is put to the ultimate test. Hadestown is a musical with music, lyrics, and a book by Anais Mitchell. Now, it tells a version of the ancient Greek myth of Orpheus and Eurydice. However, in this story, Eurydice, a young girl looking for something to eat, goes to work in a hellish industrial version of the Greek underworld to escape poverty and the cold, and her poor singer-songwriter lover Orpheus comes to rescue her. Now, in Greek mythology, it's said that Orpheus fell in love with Eurydice, a woman of beauty and grace, whom he married and lived with happily for a short time. However, when Hymen, the god of marriage ceremonies, was called to bless the marriage, he predicted that their perfection was not meant to last. Now, a short time after this prophecy, Eurydice was wandering in the forest with the nymphs, which is pretty much ancient Greek nature deities. She was unfortunately bitten by a snake and died instantly. Now, at some point, Orpheus decided to descend to Hades to see his wife. Any other mortal would have died, but Orpheus, being protected by the gods, went to Hades and arrived at the Stygian realm, aka the river Styx, passing by ghosts and souls of people unknown. Having presented himself in front of the god of the Greek underworld Hades and his wife Persephone, Orpheus played with his lyre, a song so heartbreaking that even Hades himself was moved to compassion. The god told Orpheus that he could take Eurydice back with him, but under one condition. She would have to follow behind him while walking out from the caves of the underworld, and he could not turn back to look at her as they walked. Now, thinking it's a simple task for a patient man like himself, Orpheus was delighted. He thanked Hades and left to ascend back into the living world. Unable to hear Eurydice's footsteps, however, he began to fear that the gods may have fooled him. With only a few feet away from the exit, Orpheus lost his faith and turned to Eurydice behind him, unfortunately sending her back to be trapped in Hades' reign forever. Now, an earlier version of Hadestown was performed in Vermont in 2006 before going into a 7-day, 10-city tour in 2007. Anais described the first incarnation of the show as a DIY theater project, with a cast drawn from artists in Vermont. Now, unsure of the future of the stage version, she released a concept album in 2010. By 2012, Anais and director Rachel Shavkin discussed gaps in the concept album storyline and began to expand the stage version of the musical. Anais then wrote an additional 15 songs and added dialogue to clarify the plot and deepen characterization. By May of 2016, 9 years after its initial creation, Hadestown would premiere at the New York Theater Workshop, starring Tony and Grammy-nominated musician and composer Damon Dano, Brazilian actress Nabia B, Tony-nominated actress Amber Gray, actor and bass singer Patrick Page, two-time Primetime Emmy nominee Chris Sullivan, and Tony-winning composer Shayna Taub. Now, the concept album was eventually turned into a live recording of the musical, and the New York Times described the off-Broadway production as inventive and gorgeously sung, praising its simplicity and intimacy. Now, by April of 2019, after a pre-Broadway tryout at the Citadel Theatre in Alberta, Canada, Hadestown secured its Broadway home at the Walter Kerr Theatre running for 918 performances and becoming the longest running show at the theater. The cast starred actor, singer, songwriter, and future star of Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark, Reeve Carney, two-time Tony nominee, most recently seen in Broadway's The Great Gatsby, Ava Noblezada, EGOT award-winning actor Andre DeShields, alongside Patrick Page and Amber Gray, both reprising their previous roles. The musical would later be nominated for 13 Tony Awards, winning 8, including Best Musical. Now, the Broadway production received critical acclaim, with praise for its direction and performance of Andre DeShields. The New York Times called it gorgeous and hypnotic, especially noting its improvement from the New York Theater Workshop version. Well, in February of 2024, The Road to Hell would reveal itself to West End audiences, opening at the Lyric Theatre in London. The cast starred Irish actor and upcoming star of the Amazon Prime original series Young Sherlock, Donal Finn, both Broadway and West End actress Grace Hodrett Young, stage and television actor Zachary James, and Trinidad-born actress and singer Melanie Labari. If you would like tickets to see this epic production, I will have a link in the description below. Now, in February of this year, Australian audiences were taken on a journey down to Hadestown as the cast opened at Sydney's Theatre Royal, starring Australian singer-songwriter Christine Anu. In May of this year, I can confirm it is expected to transfer to Her Majesty's Theatre in Melbourne. So if you would like the tickets to see either production, I will have both links in the description as well. All right, folks, Hadestown leaves us with a sense of both sorrow and hope. A reminder that even in the darkest of times, the possibility of change, of a new beginning, remains. It reminds us that every song, every story, has the potential to start the world anew. Until next time, keep listening, keep believing, and remember the song can always start again.